everybody, and welcome to this, which is my now second video for YouTube, thanks to the people who've watched the last one. I'm just going to give an update as we go out for a nice run out into the countryside today. As you may be aware, or you may hear, I have managed to put the DNA exhausts on. Oh boy, they are amazing. In my first video I mentioned that I had a fat boy, and on that I put the Vance & Hines twin slash slip-ons on, and I found those to be really loud, more piercing than anything. But these DNAs, they've got a sound of their own. It's really deep, and it's exactly what I was looking for. It's not obnoxious in any way, shape or form. It just sounds really nice. And last week we did a big charity run in our local community. It was about 2,000 bikes there, an Easter egg run. I did film parts of it, but I'm not going to bother because we never really got out of second gear anyway for 20 miles, so it's not really worth putting on. So what I'm going to do, hopefully today, is I'm going to pull up and show you a bit around the bike and see, or tell you why I really am now in love with this bike. I'm finding it just incredible. It really is. I've just upped the suspension pressure for myself for solo riding. I'm now riding at 12 psi in the rear, and I weigh I think it's somewhere around about 154, 156 pounds. So I'm finding that today, you know, we are being able to hit some bends with a bit of fervour and a bit of vigour, I suppose. You just have to watch this road now. We're on probably one of the most dangerous roads in Britain. Well, it actually leads to one of the most dangerous roads in Britain, which is going to be the subject of one of my next videos. But this one is all about myself and this absolutely gorgeous Road King Classic. So we'll just get over the brow of the hill, hopefully. It's Easter weekend, so what we have to watch out for, there will be a lot of motorhomes, caravans, and also this road that we're on. Not only is it patrolled by unmarked police cars and unmarked police motorcycles, it also gets patrolled by police helicopters as well, so you really don't know that they're on you. They've had to enforce a very strict speed limit along here now, which of course we observe. Officer. A lot of climbers up there. I'm hoping that you can see it. That's actually something called the Winking Man. I'm not going to be able to give you a feature of that at the moment. It's actually a rock formation that part of it is in the shape of a face, or it looks like a face. And when you get past it at a certain point, it winks at you. So let's go and tally-ho, everybody. Well, it is a bit harder, you know, we're at some of the highest points in Britain at the moment, so it can get a bit windy. So guys, here she is, in all her glory. It's absolutely amazing. I really love this bike. I can't express into words how much this bike has changed my opinion of Harley Davidson. The fat boy that I had before, that changed my opinion. People said Harleys don't handle. I could get that bike to handle like you wouldn't believe. But this one, it's just absolutely incredible. At the moment, I'm just working things out, and I can't fault anything on it, guys. I'm hoping that the paintwork comes through in the same way that I can see it. I know with cameras it's difficult to do. The exhausts are amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm not sure whether they've made a difference to performance because I'm nowhere near the running period at the moment, but things seem to be going absolutely fine at the moment. I just love the look of the bike. I just think, you know, it's just nostalgic. I think it's how I envision a Harley to be. Just amazing, absolutely amazing. My wife went on it last week for the first time, and she's just fell in love with it too. So today I'm just out giving my thoughts on the bike, the build quality. I've changed the grips on the bike. These are official Harley grips, and it just gives me that little bit extra cushion. And obviously the pipes have changed. I've put some of the Harley bolts on the front wheels, and apart from that, she's just absolutely amazing. Amazing. One thing I did do is I've had to put zip ties around this because when I was in the garage not long ago, kicked my leg off the bike and actually kicked this off. So was not used to wearing panniers or having panniers, so to say. I've taken the precaution of doing that. Fitted the backrest, the quick release backrest. Just not bothered to take it off at the moment. I'll try, we're away from the road at the moment, but I'll try and give you a sound of the exhaust, but I know these microphones on these helmets are not that good, so you'll just have to believe me when I say they sound awesome. So here we go. I can't get my head that far down, but you know, I'm not sure whether you can get a look at that or what, but it sounds absolutely awesome. Awesome. So now I'll take you on a little run. I've just come off one of the most dangerous roads in Britain, which I'm going to do a feature on the next video. So I'm actually on the back end of the A537. Hopefully I will show you just how this bike handles a few of our English country roads. No problems with the handling of this bike whatsoever. I can understand why the police in the States use them. The slow speed handling when we were doing the charity run last week was incredible. Even 2 up, it was so stable. What you have to watch on this road, you've got average speed cameras. As you can see, I'll try and take a look at them. They end here, but they are needed on these roads around here. They have claimed a lot of lives. You really have got to know what you're doing around here. I learnt these roads years ago, but I learnt them on what I would have considered to be probably the perfect bike to do them. It was a Yamaha TZR 250 reverse cylinder, upside down forks, exhaust coming under the seat like a Ducati 916. It could turn on a sixpence, could brake on a sixpence, and that was the main thing, because these roads will catch you out if you don't know what you're doing, because it's not just the corners that come in, they undulate as well. And the main A537, which is over there, That's considered to be the most dangerous road in England. It's claimed not just a lot of motorcycle deaths, it's claimed a lot of cars and trucks as well. It's unbelievable. It looks like there's something going on down there. I don't know what it is. It is Easter weekend, like I've said, so we are in what is known in England as the Peak District. We are at some of the highest points in England at the moment. Spring is starting to come along, and as you can see, starting to look beautiful again. I'm trying to give you a panoramic view, slowly turn my head, but I just know that going down here at the moment there's some real tight turns, so I'll be careful. You'll have to excuse me now while I just concentrate on this a little bit at the moment. But for such a big bike, she just tips in no problem whatsoever. The weight just disappears when she's on the move. The engine, even though she's rubber mounted and in the frame at standstill, she'll jump about a bit. The minute you get moving, it's just creamy smooth. I absolutely love it. I cannot tell you how much this bike means to me now. It is amazing how I've gone from Mr. Sports Bike to Mr. Harley Davidson. I think I explained that in my first video. And now I'm just so happy with this bike. It is the Project Rushmore, obviously, and you can tell the difference. I had a 2013 Fat Boy that had the 103B counterbalanced engine in it, which I thought was a really sweet engine. And then I've moved over to this, and the Rushmore has different cams. It has a claimed 10% more power increase, and you really can tell that. And funnily enough, I was on the Harley site the other night, and there was a guy in Dallas, and he was on about, he was thinking of swapping his 2014 Fat Boy for a Road King, a Rushmore. And I just said to him, go for it, because you won't regret it. I never did. And the last update, he'd gone in, and I think he's done the deal, and he picks the bike up today. I think that's what he said. And I'm sure he's going to be happy with it. But I don't think he had the Road King. I think he had the Road Glide. Slightly different, but you know, it's all the same chassis. The reason that I haven't shown you the most dangerous road in Britain at the moment is because it is the end of the Easter weekend, so it's going to be full. The best time is probably early on a Sunday morning to come up there, because you see some of the Power Ranger boys are up there trying to get that road sorted, and if you get it wrong, believe me, there's only one way you're coming off that road. I hope if you manage to watch this, you listen to it with headphones on. You might be able to get an understanding of what these DNA exhausts are actually like. They are so nice, they're so bassy. They're not offensive at all. It's just really, really nice bassy tone. And the one thing that I am finding with the Vance and Hines on the Fat Boy, you had that deceleration pop that everybody complains about. I've not got it on this with these. Now whether it's, well, I really don't know why. And I know the fuel injection system on these bikes actually learns, or it has the ability to learn and alter itself a slight percentage. Now whether these are in that percentage, I don't know. But, this end there's a few tight corners too. Nowhere near what the A537 has to offer, you know, but as long as you're careful on these roads, it's a nice ride out. Some people just treat it like a racetrack, and it means the authorities have now had to step in. One thing that I'm starting to use a lot, which I never thought I would, and I always thought was a bit of a gimmick on a bike, is the cruise control. I'm finding it's such a boon more than anything. It's amazing. And I noticed that some of the new, I think the BMW's S1000R is coming out with it now, so it's not just a gimmick now. I think it's amazing. On this it works at 35 miles an hour and above, I think, or 45 miles an hour and above. And I've used it a couple of times on the way up. I'll probably use it on a couple of times on the way home as well. And, especially on these roads which are so heavily policed, should I say, when you've got to stick to 50 miles an hour. You know, you can just set this up and away you go. I keep having these naughty thoughts really about going and finding a long stretch of road, because we all know how much car drivers get to us when they're using their phones and texting. I think keep putting, you know, put the cruise control on, sit on the back seat and get your phone out and text. Brakes are starting to bed in really nice now. I'm finding I only need one finger pressure, and I know I've got the link brake system, the new link brake system that works over 35 miles an hour, but even so, you have got top flight Brembos on the front, and I've got one finger pressure, and I'm finding it's more than adequate. Long time since I've been down this road, and winter seems to have eaten parts of it. I'm trying to keep one eye on the road and give you guys a sense of what it's like in Middle England. As you can hear, you know, rolling off the throttle at 30 miles an hour, third gear, no deceleration pop whatsoever. Now if that was the Fat Boy, it would be sounding like a machine gun. On this road I'll get the chance to flick cruise control on again. I'll see if I can give you a watch of how I engage this cruise control if anybody's interested. Once we get over this hill, so it's push in, that's kind of arming it, and then all you do, flick down. And that's us done. And now on cruise control, it's exactly 50 miles an hour. Do you know what I mean? It's fantastic. Get your phone out. So I mean, on a long straight road, it'd be amazing. Absolutely amazing. You know, you're there. Just sit here now. You know, this is what I was saying, if you could sit on the back and get your phone up. But if you start putting stuff like that on the internet, you'll be arrested. But this to me is one thing I always thought was a gimmick, but now, you know, I know for future long trips, when once the bike's been through its first service and everything, it's going to be fantastic. You know, she picks up, rolls off, picks up, rolls off. It's brilliant, brilliant. Hats off to Harley for not just the cruise control, but also the fueling of the bike. We've got fly-by-wire throttle, and the fueling is bang on. There's no hesitation, even at low speeds. It's just there, you know. It doesn't snatch or whatever. So now I just touch the front brake and Cruise control is now off. Slightest touch on the front brake. Amazing. And it just sits there now waiting for me to just flick this resume switch down. I think it's brilliant. Brilliant. Would I recommend a Road King to you? Most definitely. Most definitely. I've owned a lot of bikes in my time. I've been fortunate enough to own a lot of bikes in my time. Majority sports bikes. The last one, if you saw the last video, you'll know why I switched to cruisers. It was a shoulder and neck problem, which is still ongoing, which I don't feel on this bike. But I did own at one point a BMW 1200 GS. Everybody said that was, you know, the bike to have. I never really got on with it, to be honest. I didn't find the build quality of that bike was what I expected from BMW. It had, I know the new water-cooled one's out, but the one I had was pre-water-cooled, and it had the big engine cover on the front that has a cork gasket, and that was rusting like you wouldn't believe, where it was picking up rainwater and holding rainwater. And that's how I ended up onto the 1300R. You know, scary bike, scary bike. But I mean, the tractability of this bike now, fourth gear, you know, you just see me come around a couple of tight corners, just pulls away. Fueling is magnificent. So all I can say is thank you, Harley Davidson, thank you. You've built me an incredible bike. See, it's a lovely day today in England. Oh look, cruise control's on again. Hey, absolutely fantastic. Look at me, look at me. I love this bike, absolutely love it. Can't say enough good things about it. Now I will knock cruise control off now anyway, because we come up to a series of pretty tight corners. As you can hear, no over popping at all. We'll drop into this, just accelerate through it. Brilliant. Find the apex, away you go. Fire away. You know, you can take, it's a big cruiser bike. That was quite a tight corner, 50 miles an hour. No worries, it just takes it in its stride. And I think part of the reason for that is the 16-inch wheels as well. It seems to steer really quickly. Well, rolling off on 6th gear, no popping again, so bang it into 5th, no popping again. Highly recommend these DNAs. Beat the car. This is why we ride motorcycles. I'm amazed how quick this bike can get up to 30, 40 and 50 miles an hour. It's in a blink of an eye. You know, when people say Harleys are slow, no they're not. I mean, once this bike's run in, I can imagine floorboards are going to go scraping along for a while. I did that on the Fat Boy of mine. Embarrassed a couple of sports bikes on that, because with it being the Softail suspension, you have to buy that separate tool to alter the rear shocks. I altered mine, I wound them in fully and then backed them out 2 turns, and the back end was slightly stiffer than normal, but it would handle, it really would. Embarrassed a few sports bike riders with that bike, especially on that road that I was on in my last video. One of my favourite roads, that one. So next video is going to be hopefully on the A537, which is known as the Cat and Fiddle. I've been watching a few videos of, you'll have to excuse me if I get it wrong, whether they one and the same, I don't know. It's the Tail of the Dragon, Deal's Gap, the Devil's Fork, is it? Are they all the same road? I don't know. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you, the next video will be on the most dangerous road in Britain, and that is official. It's claimed so many lives, so many lives. Somebody actually put on the internet just where and when people have had accidents. It starts off as 1 or 2 and then it just patches up and it's unbelievable. Infamous road. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if that's where that's on its way. Mind you, usually it's air ambulance because it's so remote. As the good weather starts to come, you get a lot of bikes coming up here, and I'm always amazed that people don't prep their bikes. If they know they're gonna ride in a spirited fashion, then I'm surprised how many people don't alter tyre pressures, don't alter suspension. They just, you know, they just come up normally. As I don't get it at all. I mean, I check my tyre pressures religiously every week. I alter my suspension whether I'm riding solo or 2 up, you know, adjust it accordingly. And as you can see, there'll be some more, even though now we're heading out and it's getting towards evening time now, but some will be going up there, and it's going to be absolutely jammed, that road, coming in one direction. It'll be full of caravans, camper vans. It's not really the time to go, but maybe they'll find that out when they get there. Really is like taking an armchair for a ride out. It's fantastic. I think I said in my last video that you've got to understand Harley Davidsons. Not that much to understand really, it's just that the V-twin motor, I think now is my favourite configuration motor. I found that out in the Suzuki. That was the big V-twin, the M109R. And I've owned a flat twin, I've owned a single, I've owned a multi-4. The only thing I haven't owned is a Triumph Triple, but my friend's got one of those. Had a go on it, it's quite nice really. A bit of Harley talk for you. There you go. And this bike is nowhere near running yet. And that was just the slightest whiff of throttle. Slightest whiff of throttle. And that was 5th gear too. The torque in these bikes is incredible. But then again, most people, I'm sure you know, the V-twins make all their torque so low down. Just effortless. And now back to 50, cruise control on. Indicates by a green light coming on. On the Fat Boy, it used to be the green light came on when you were in 6th gear. Now we're 6th gear is up. I have it on the screen at the bottom. So if you can see that, I'm trying to look forward and look down at the same time. We have number 6, gives me my revs, and that is indicating overdrive. So hopefully, going to catch you soon for the next instalment, which is going to be the A537 Cat and Fiddle Road. I'll take you around it, show you why it is the most dangerous road in Britain. So until then guys, ride safe, keep it shiny side up, and I'll see you soon.